welcome back, Turnpike to Turnpike Fantasy Football. I'm League Commissioner Kevin Babula, and this is the Round 2 preview show. First, I want to say, wow, it was a crazy week last week. I sat here, I did a whole spiel on who I thought was going to win which matchups, and everything went kablooey on Thanksgiving Day when they decided to take a point away from RG3, causing Brian Sheehan to lose last week instead of tie Jeff Zeminski, forcing him all the way from the number 2 seed down to the number 4 seed. And in doing so, giving Kenny Long and his Gladiators the number 2 seed and a first round bye. Totally shaking up everything in the process. Jeff Zeminski goes up to Jeff Goldenbaum, goes to the 3 seed, winds up taking on Greg Long, and Sheehan wound up playing Matt Dreyfus, stopping the two matchups that I was really excited about. One, the Dreyfus-Goldie 3 for the season. That match would have been great to see again. As well as the Long Bowl, which can't happen anymore because of last week. So, let's start off with last week's matches. First one I want to get to is the unexpected matchup of Greg Long's Get Work Done taking on the Hamilton Square Possums. This was an absolute rout. As I had basically stated earlier, I think this team is dynamic, Mr. Goldenbaum's Possums. And as I stated, I know what you guys are saying right now. Am I watching Kevin Babula, League Commissioner, or am I looking at Nostradamus? Because damn it, I nailed this one. I wasn't sure which one it was going to be, but I said watch somebody's going to hit some long shots. Josh Gordon absolutely destroyed. 60 points for Josh Gordon, 36 points for Josh McNown. Great spot start, by the way, Jeff. And 23 out of Rob Gronkowski. Where Greg got 44 out of Peyton Manning, 20 out of Steven Jackson, and 14 out of Knowshon Marino. And with that, we bid adieu to Greg Long. Peyton Manning no longer around in this tournament to terrorize any other teams. And in the only other matchup of last week of any kind of importance is Fishtown off in a corner, taking on Brian Sheehan's A Gram Equals a Pound, and we bid adieu to Mr. Sheehan. 68 to 111 he falls to Matt Dreyfus' team. This really was a matchup that I thought was going to, I said last week that I thought whoever won that matchup, if it had happened, was going to win the championship. I'm excited about this because these two guys are now all the way could go into the championship the way the brackets are broken. Matt, wow, what a great, well-rounded team you put together. 29 points out of Cam Newton, 17 points out of Andre Brown, and 15 points out of Torrey Smith. Where Brian, you got 14 points out of Phillip Rivers, 17 points out of Larry Fitzgerald, and 10 points out of your luxury tight end, Jimmy Graham. So Sheesh is gone, Long's gone, and now Goldie and Dreyfus are left to take on Kenny Long and Mr. Jeff Zeminski. Two really interesting teams that are left. The two powerhouse bye teams. Well, I'm not going to really refer to Kenny's team as a powerhouse, but I think it's going to get there because I don't think this shakeup of the situation helped anybody more than Kenny. He guaranteed himself a second-round match. He also got his quarterback, Aaron Rodgers, back. So look out, guys. Aaron Rodgers, Adrian Peterson on the same team, and he gets to roll. And he's going to roll this week against Jeff Goldenbaum. More on that in a second. So good job putting that together, Kenny. Your plan of having the two of those guys together in the playoffs actually is coming to fruition, so good drafting on your part. Now let's look at the other manager of the Paper Tiger here, and let's talk about his team and how he put it together. This is a guy who drafted 4 running backs out of the first 4 picks. Are any of them still on his team? Let's see. He drafted C.J. Spiller. No. He did draft Frank Gore. Frank Gore's still on his team. He drafted Monte Bell, and also, what was the other one? Oh, he's on the team. McFadden. What has he done with those picks? The poor picks that he made, he leveraged and did something that was brilliant. He made brilliant trades. Really, he really was the GM of the season for us. Whether you want to call what he did basically picking on the fantasy challenged, so to speak. Matt Dreyfus is a big boy. He traded with Matt Dreyfus, Monte Bell, for, no, I'm getting them all confused. Le'Veon Bell, Monte Ball. He traded Monte Ball for Deshaun Jackson. Immediate upgrade for Jeff. Deshaun Jackson. Jeff was the big winner in that trade. Turns around and trades C.J. Spiller to Mike Bond for Ray Rice, has him for about a cup of coffee, and then trades him to Anthony Parisi. This is where things get a little dicey. This is where you might be picking on somebody. You know what? But good for you, Jeff. You're a grown man. Anthony's a grown man. Good for you. You had the balls to make a trade like that. You killed it with that trade because Forte is who you got, and he's a great running back right now, and you have a very dynamic team right now. Not the team you drafted. It's the team you cobbled together after the draft, including Julius Thomas, your tight end, who you might not have this week. Speaking of this week, let's get to this coming week's matchups and predictions. Okay, so here we are, the big round. All four of you guys have had an awesome season so far. You've all battled, you've gotten here. And I want to start off with this match. I want to start with the number 1 seed, Jeff Zeminski, who, as I just said, did a great job of cobbling a team together all season long to put it together for this moment right now. And he's taking on Matt Dreyfus, okay? And this is going to be a slugfest. Right now they're predicted to be, it's 118 to 117 as the projections, but we all know the projections throw them out the window. My prediction here, I can't break away from what I said earlier. I can't. Otherwise, I'm going back on what I said. I thought that Matt Dreyfus' team or Goldie's team, whichever won that one last week, was going to win the championship. So naturally, I am going to take Matt Dreyfus in this one. I'm not doing it with 100% confidence because I think that there's a lot of favorable matchups here that Jeff does have. And he could definitely win this one. But I will say this. I think that the key for Matt in this one is not Cam Newton, it's Chris Johnson. If Chris Johnson can have one of those games where he rolls off a 25-point game, I think that's the player that Matt's got to watch the most. So my prediction for this one is to have Matt win this one. And in the other match next week, we've got really the one that I'm really excited about because you guys all know I love me some Hamilton Square Possums. And I think that this match is going to be extremely tough for Jeff. It all depends on, I know I said earlier that Aaron Rodgers is back, and my gut tells me he's back. They haven't medically cleared him 100% yet, but he's cleared to practice starting Wednesday, which is today if you're watching this, so he's able to start practicing, and you know he's going to be telling McCarthy, I want to play. If Aaron Rodgers plays, he's got Aaron Rodgers, he's got Jordy Nelson, he's got that hook up there, he's got a lot of ways that he can counter what Jeff's going to throw at him with those monster wide receivers that Jeff has throwing Gronkowski as well. If Aaron Rodgers plays, Jeff's going to have a really tough game, and he'll eke out a win. If Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, Jeff will just dominate the long kid. It will be lights out long. Anyway, see, I remember, guys. Anyway, my prediction, Jeff's going to use, his quarterback will probably be Alex Smith, which is going to be risky because he's not going to go with Russell Wilson against the Niners defense. And you know he's not going to go with McCown because McCown's probably not even going to be playing. So, that's my pick. So my pick for the Super Bowl this year is Matt Dreyfus and Jeff Goldenbaum. You heard it here first, Nostradamus. I'm League Commissioner Kevin Babula.